Back now with Harry's Burn. What do we got going on here? Beach Boutique made a little break last week. I thought that maybe it was the hobbles, and it was actually Jonathan Drury who fessed up. He said, no, he said, I went to put her in gear. I run up on the back of somebody, and she made a break. Not a big deal. Um, she needs to draw good. I know she's in to go. I should have looked. I can't recall where she drew. First time she draws good, I think I want to green light this filly. I think she's ready to pace 54, 55, and the right way. You got to get her up into the race. Can't draw 9 and get away 9, but I don't want to draw 9 and leave with her either. Obviously, we're going to use these next few starts of her 2019 season as builders, right, to try and turn her into the filly we want her to be in 2020. Well, I know when I drove her, I was very happy with her. Obviously, a little unfortunate break last week. We'll see how she races this coming week. Casanova's Jewel, we had to recryo those splints. They were killing him. Warmed him up the other day, and he was off right front. And Harry came down, and I said, gee, I don't know if it's his knee or his foot. I said, there's no heat in his feet. And he says, grabbed his splint. And he said, no, I'm pretty sure it's his splints. I think he's right. So we had those cryoed yesterday. We will qualify him when I come back next week. So a week from Tuesday, Casanova's Jewel will be in to qualify. Same day that Cabernet is in to qualify, I believe. She's going to school. No, she's going to school twice. So she trained the other day, good. She's going to school Tuesday, school the next Tuesday, qualify. That's what's going on with Cabernet. So she'll school on Tuesday, her first time ever behind the gate, actually, for Cabernet. Capistrano, a little anticlimactic, the end of her year, a seventh, for Philly that was the season leader going in. I thought I had her in the same type of trip that we did the week before. Second over, that big quarter set up a slower half, which set up a bit of a cavalry charge getting into the far turn. They really cut loose in that last turn, and Cappy got in a little bit and got out of gear a couple of times, lost her momentum, and it really cost her the race, I believe. The week before, I got to ride up on top of somebody's helmet, Mario's helmet, with Wiggle Delight, and then when I moved her over, she had a big kick. She still had a pretty good kick last night, but it took a lot out of her that last turn, and, for a filly that's paced multiple times in 54, 55, put away $40,000 as a 2-year-old, I think it goes without saying she's probably going to have a good 3-year-old season. Forged in Fire is back going full-time now. There's not much to tell you about Forged in Fire. We're going to put a lot of jogging miles into him. This is the horse that did the throat operation. I really don't know what to say. He looks great. Looks like $1,000,000. He's eating good. He's feeling good. He's breathing good. Harry said on the track, I told him the other day the horse had the operation. He didn't know, right? Because he wasn't in Harry's care. This is the first time Harry's ever had the cold. And I told him, I said, yeah, we had that throat operation. He said, what throat operation? I said, well, he said, that was the cold? I said, yeah, everybody knew. So he said, geez, you'd never know. On the track, he's playing, he's got his head down, you'd never ever know there was anything wrong with him. So that's a good sign. So if he's content and happy on the track, that's a great start to his road to recovery, so to speak. So I'm really encouraged to hear about that. Excellent Nation is back training now. I didn't ask Harry how far away he is or how much he's been with him, but I saw him on the track the other day. He looked like $1,000,000. Before he had that kind of scabby way of going where he was just choppy and a little sore. Now he looks great. He looks fluid, so the time off definitely helped him. We did right by Excellent Nation, and I expect and hope that he'll do right by us in the fall when he comes back. Giddy Up Max, another horse that had a kind of a so-so year. He took a mark of 56, put away, I don't know, maybe $15,000 or 10 or something. But needs to do a lot more, especially for a horse that's bred as well as him. Needs to do a lot more in 2020, and no reason that he shouldn't. So we expect, hopefully, when Giddy Up Max comes back from his time off, he'll have a new way of thinking and a renewed interest in horse racing. Gold Watch was getting his curb crowd. I thought he had a crowd the other day. I think he's getting crowd today or tomorrow. It'll be full speed ahead with that guy. He looks like $1,000,000 right now. Put a lot of weight on, looks sound. Big long gait on him now. Really interested to see what's going to take place with Gold Watch. Harry said he's been in 220 with him. So a few weeks maybe we'll be able to school him. We'll see. You have to wait with that curb. It'll be a month. We'll be able to school Gold Watch in 1 month. I don't think anybody owns any of them but me and the breeder, so it doesn't really matter at this point, I don't think. Gold Watch will be ready in a month, Bob. Really, Blue Chip is gone. She hasn't gone out yet, and I'll tell you why. She's starting to put weight on in the stall. She's actually just in the stall eating like a big slob because she eats a lot. I want to put 100 pounds on her before I turn her out. That's what I'd like to do for really Blue Chip. So right now we're just really packing some weight onto her, and then when we get her out in the field, I'm going to give her a full 2 months off in the field I want to give this filly every opportunity to be the horse that I felt she wanted to be so bad and never really got a chance to. So really blue chip. I'm going to say another 2 weeks in the stall and then 2 months in the field. Sunshine's Finest looked good on the track. I saw him again today. I was really happy with the way the colt looked. He did everything right. He's sound. He's always been sound. So, here he said we'll start picking it up with him. I don't really want him to start training him. I guess November 1st he can start training him. That'll give him a month before the colder weather hits. Maybe 6 weeks before he needs corks if we're lucky. If not, we'd have to put them on sooner. But I want to keep a real close eye on that. I don't really want to say he'll be ready when, because there's a lot of steps we have to go through. We're putting a lot of jogging miles into him. Then we're going to train him at some point before we ever think about putting corks on him. Want to get that leg x-rayed again, see how that healing is coming. Maybe a couple of weeks with the corks on, we'll look at it again. Want to make sure we're making positive progress. And I know it's a long time, but this horse was injured quite badly. And to be honest, and I've said this before and I don't want to dwell on it, when I was laying on the track on the other side, I just assumed they'd have to put him down from what I saw with my own eyes. So, the fact that he's back going is pretty miraculous, and really interested to see how this horse makes a recovery. It was a little traumatic for me, but I felt terrible about the accident too, and the horse. So I know the owners want to see him do good, but there's nobody who wants to see him do better than me. So Sunshine's Finest. We'll, as I said, step by step by step. We're getting him there. He's doing good things. He's never ever taken a step of regression since the day he hurt himself. So hopefully things will work out really well for him. And then Trafalgar, she's getting close. She also fits the top series and the second one. So I'd like to have her qualified in the next 2 weeks and have her ready for the first leg of the Harvest Series. She's going to probably use that series as a springboard into the other one. It's another filly that overcome a big injury, one that could have potentially been a lot worse for her, and she looks sound as a dollar on the track. Really, really happy with what I've seen from her. So that's Harry's Barn. I'll be back in a minute with Jason, and then we'll go through all the babies we have so far. Unless I'm wrong, we might be right on 40 babies already. A lot of private horses have been coming in. I think I have 38. 38. Some of them haven't arrived yet, so we won't count them, but there's 32 in the barn right now. Anyway, be back in a minute with Jason and me.